What's up, y'all? I'm back again today with a very important video. So today I want to talk to you all about a very special word that I feel all of us should know in our journey in life. This word I'm sure you've heard before, but I feel it's important for us to discuss further the true definition as it pertains to us in our life. So the word is endurance. Yes, I want to speak about endurance today. And as I said, I'm sure you've heard this word, but if you would allow me, I would give me a few minutes to discuss the true meaning of endurance as it pertains to you and I. So now, when we talk about any word, we should always refer to the dictionary, especially now where many things can be misconstrued over text message, many things can be misconstrued over social media. It's important to understand the language in which we're using, because again, language is power, right? The expressions that we use are basically tools that we use to navigate through our lives. So as far as my particular research, I like to use the Oxford Dictionary. I would suggest that you all go to your local bookstore and pick up an Oxford Dictionary. They're really thorough, and this one's actually a dictionary as well as a thesaurus, so it gives you synonyms and great things like that. Now, when we look up the word endurance, it tells us here that right off the bat, endurance is the ability to withstand prolonged strain. Okay, so the definition for endurance is the ability to withstand prolonged strain. Off of that first definition alone, it really is a very telling of what it means to have endurance or to endure. That is the next word that the root word of endurance would be endure. So when we look up the meaning of endure, it means to undergo a difficulty, to tolerate. Okay, so some of the synonyms or some of the words that are is similar in meaning to endurance and to endure are going to be to survive, to bear, to withstand, to persevere, to be resilient, have staying power, okay, durability, longevity. Okay, these are all synonyms for endurance. Now, why do I bring this word up as it relates to you and I? Now, particularly if you find yourself in a predicament where you refer to yourself as a righteous person, or you're trying to have morals in your life, more times than not, you're going to run into obstacles or challenges that test or challenge your endurance. Now, when we think of endurance, we may also think of stamina. But I'm here to submit the idea that these are two separate ideas. Now, stamina would refer to or connotate something that would relate to your cardiovascular, right, or your respiratory system, in which you build your stamina. So now it's very similar to endurance, but the way I like to think of it is stamina would be more concerned with how long you can run, whereas endurance means how much you can take while you're fighting. So someone with stamina would practice their running. Someone who has endurance would be able to withstand the fight. So now, I hope you could understand where I'm going with this, in the sense that in our journeys in life, there's many times where we will have to display a sense of stamina, but it's more important to work on your endurance. Because again, that connotates the idea that you're facing your problem and you are taking what it has to offer and you're still moving forward. So I'd like to think of a marathon. Now, my mom, she ran a marathon when we were living in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles City Marathon she ran, and she was very proud of herself, and we were very proud of her as well. It was 26.2 miles, and she always stressed that it was 26.2 miles, the whole marathon. And she practiced for months and months, and she trained, and she ran, and she jogged, never doing the full 26.2, so never understanding the full depth of what she had to accomplish, but she understood through trial and error what it may encompass. So now when the day approached, we made signs for her, we got her water, and we followed her trail. However, it was up to her and solely her to finish the marathon. Now, I bring this up for a number of reasons. Life, I'm sure you've heard before, is very similar to that, a marathon. And even more particularly, the blessings from God, from our Creator, the blessings that are destined for us, right? The things that we basically have potential to do, these things are set for us. Very similar to the finish line of a marathon. Now, when my mom ran the marathon, the finish line, she knew exactly where it was, and she knew where her beginning point was as well. The finish line never moves. Similarly, the blessings that are destined for us as human beings and as children of God never ever waver. They never move. So with that information, we have to understand that it's on us as individuals to withstand or endure long enough to receive our blessing or to make it to the finish line. Because again, as I said, the finish line is always there. It never moves. It just seems to get harder towards the latter part of your run. Now, when my mom ran the marathon, she did finish. I want to let that be known. She finished, and she got a beautiful gold medallion to wear that she still keeps to this day. And I understand why she values that medallion, because you can't just go and buy that medallion. She had to endure in order to receive what was made specially for those who endure. So in life, that's why we must understand that our journey is going to be filled with obstacles, regardless of our position, regardless of our gender, regardless of our race, our nationality, our preferences. You're going to be challenged in certain regards. But we can't blame anyone else if we're not willing to endure or withstand the pressures of what it is that comes with our blessing. Because again, our blessing is meant for us and only us. Now, some marathons may be longer than others. Some may be shorter than others. There's 5Ks, there's 10K runs. And you particularly do not know how long you will have to endure in order to receive your blessing. But I'm here as a friend of you and someone who loves you, that wants to tell you that it is very imperative that you endure. Again, endure. Because the word endure means specifically to take pain. How much pain can you withstand before you throw in the towel? Because again, stamina is just running. We can work on our stamina, on our cardiovascular system. And when my mom ran the marathon, it wasn't until the next day that she realized, wow, I can't even walk. She had to have crutches for maybe a week afterwards because her body was not used to withstanding such pressure. Now again, she did finish the marathon, but her body had almost given up. But it was her endurance. It wasn't her stamina that made her body want to give up. It was the endurance, the muscles that could not withstand the pressure. But it was her endurance of mind that was able to push through the physical boundaries of her own body, in which to this day I admire her for. So, of course, I didn't want to take too much time from you today, but this was just a quick message for those who may be faced with challenges. Please look up the word endurance and understand that you as a child of God, you as a child of righteousness, were made to succeed and to endure the pressures of this world, the challenges of this world, the obstacles of this world. You are made from the very essence of this universe. So nothing is greater than you and nothing is beneath you. Everything is with you. Everything is connected to you. As long as you understand that, you will be blessed and you will be righteous. And whatever you do, guys, I need you to please vibrate higher.